Hi, good evening po everyone. I am Beltran and I'm attending WindWatch for a year now. I'm also a member of the Spring City Church led by Pastor Mike. I used to be a woman of control. I take pride in being able to accomplish a lot of things all on my own and being able to provide a comfortable life for my family all on my own. I have all the skills needed to be a good corporate leader, I thought. But last December, my life turned upside down. I clearly remember that day I was summoned by the Human Resource Department into their office, and they told me that the company had incompatibility issues with my style and preference. In short, I was being eased out without the due process of the law. That caught me by surprise. I really didn't expect that at all because there were no signs whatsoever that I was failing or I was not performing. So that was a shock to me. So I was able to utter a prayer to God at the time and calm myself down. And I told the head of HR, can you give me time to think about this and I'll pray for it. So I respectfully left their office. Immediately, I turned to WindWatch for the WK or God's words. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. What will happen to me? What will I do next? How will I respond? If I respond the J way, I'm sure it will not go well because I was so full of pride. So I turned to God and asked for God's wisdom and for God's guidance all throughout this situation. Miss Spring City family came to my rescue immediately. We prayed for the people involved. So right at that moment, I felt God's presence immediately because He surrounded me with the people who will support me in the godly way all throughout the ordeal. Proverbs 3 verse 5 kept going on and on in my head. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. During my WK in WindWatch QC at the time, I asked God, should I resign already? They're easing me out anyway. And the situation in the office and the tension is becoming unbearable. I can feel that I was unwanted. And it came from left field. Yun yung mas masakit. Kasi biglaan siyang nangyari nang walang sign at all. Bigla na lang silang may animosity sa akin. So, the WK, the instructions that the Lord gave at the time was so strange. Ang sabi ni God sa akin, do not resign, number 1. Number 2, put makeup on. Number 3, smile. And number 4, keep quiet. I told myself, grabe naman. May injustice na nga nangyayari. Smile, put makeup on, and keep quiet lang ako. Hindi ako pwedeng lumaban. And may laban naman ako in my mind. Wala naman akong ginagawang masama. But I trust the Lord. He will not give me any instruction that will hurt me. So at that moment, I surrendered to His will and I fully obeyed. So I went back to work the following day and did exactly that. By the way, hindi po ako masyadong nagme-makeup na tao. So para sabihin ni God na mag-makeup ako, talagang that's really out of my way. So, the following day, I went to work, put makeup on, I smiled, I kept quiet, and hindi pa ako nag-resign. And days go by, yun lang. Every day I would put makeup on, go to work, smile, keep quiet. Kahit marami nang nagtatanong, what's going on, Jay? I kept quiet. That was so hard. It didn't make sense to me in from a corporate perspective, from my experience. Ilang 20 years na po ako nagtatrabaho. It doesn't make sense. Ay ko kakaiba tong instruction ni God. Quiet lang. But I obeyed every single instruction and I did not resign. Then one day, the company asked for a one-on-one outside of the office. I felt so sick to my stomach at that time. I knew that something was up. And so, yun na nga, nangyari na yung kinakatakutan ko. They gave me a tirade, a 30-40 minute tirade of hurtful words. Walang ma-offer na justifiable reason or any performance-related incident, but they're asking me to tender my resignation. But I was cognizant of the fact, no, nasa utak ko yung instruction ni God. Sa dami nung sinasabi sa akin nung kausap ko, hindi ko makalimutan yung sabi ni God. Put makeup on, smile, keep quiet, don't resign. So from across the table with that person I was talking to, that's just exactly what I did. They were so frustrated talking to me kasi wala akong sinasabi. I was not responding back. I was just smiling and I was quiet. Respectfully naman, syempre. And wala na silang masabi. So they ended the conversation and all I did is I said, I'll pray about this and I respectfully said goodbye and left the meeting. So the following day, I got a call from HR again or human resource again. Pero this time, they came in with a resignation package. They had an offer. I immediately called Pastor Mina and asked for a WK and asked for guidance. And the instruction changed this time. Ang sabi sa akin, you resign, accept the offer, and trust God from that day on. Trust God for His further instructions. I even asked Pastor Mina to edit and proofread my resignation letter because I wanted to make sure that God's words are expressed in there, that He is speaking in that letter. So I told myself, grabe, doon ko na-realize tayo kamahal ni God. If I did not seek God's words and wisdom through the WK from the get-go, I would have resigned out of pride. Kilala ko sarili ko eh. And I will not get anything. If I did not follow God's instructions of do not resign, put makeup on, keep quiet and smile, the company would not have been compelled to give me a lucrative offer. From December 2019 to March 2020, I was under the payroll of this company with 13th month pay and all, car, grocery, gasoline allowance. And my salary was quite high. And all of these were given to me without the need to report to work. Ganong katindi ang reward ni God. Mag-obey ka lang. Grabe yung benefits niya. So, after resigning from work, a new set of challenges come in. Siyempre, kahit na may mga benefits, may payroll, nanibago ako kasi hindi ako sanay na walang work, I'm not doing anything. What was I supposed to do? I'm adjusting abruptly to a lifestyle na hindi ka relevant, wala kang ginagawa. May pay. That's the comfort that God gave. Yun yung peace eh. Inayos na ni God kaagad yun. So, I told myself, I prayed to God, God, sabayan mo ako dito ha. Gabayan mo ako dito. I turned to the Lord for many more WKs. Mag-best friend na kami ni Pastor Chris sa dami ng WKs na hiningi ko sa kanya. So, in another WK, indeed, God promised a new job in a corporate where I will have more favorable benefits and I will be speaking to dignitaries. And God even gave special instructions where to apply, what industry, saan, sa LinkedIn, paano. Lahat yon binibigay ni God so generously for those who seek His wisdom. And I obeyed and continue to obey. And I trust and have confidence that His promises will come to pass. By January, the word that was given to me is rest. Rest and soak in God's word. Magpahinga ka lang. Spend time with your son. Spend time with yourself. Be healthy. And soak in my word. So my son and I enrolled in the gym. And then we started doing workouts. Every day, I developed a routine. I would attend the LGI classes. I would not miss a WindWatch Makati session. I would have my daily prayers with my Spring City family. And I would immediately wake up in the morning in the Word of God. I was not allowing the enemy to play with my head. And before I knew it, and after a few weeks, I was already starting to feel strong from the inside. I was no longer having any bouts of self-pity. So before the end of January, I was attending a masteral class in LGI. It was my son's birthday. I got a call out from Vida, and I was supposed to get a special lesson from God. And that special lesson or test, if passed, will catapult me to the next milestone He has in store for me. Immediately after that master's class, I got a call from the hotel that the oven in the room that my son rented for his birthday was damaged. To cut the long story short, I had to pay 95,000 for the damages. Without work and all, in all uncertainty, ito pa, may nangyari pang ganito. But the WK assured me it's a special lesson from God. So I paid. I obeyed. And then I moved on. And then come February, as I was going through my quiet time, I usually pick a prophetic card. The prophetic card that came to me is this: God can reverse your loss even if it was a mistake. At that time, kasi nakalimutan ko na I paid 95,000, that card didn't make sense. But a few days after, I got a call from the father of the classmate of my son, yung nag-damage ng oven, and asked for my bank account and deposited 50,000 into my account. Grabe, binalik ni God yung pera. Sa dami ng lesson na natutunan ko dun sa experience na yon, para ako nag-master's degree, binalik pa ni God yung pera. Grabe si God. Sabi nga ni Pastor Chris sa akin, in-earn ni God yung trust mo while you're in the period of waiting for the new job to come. Pinaparamdam lang niya sa'yo na He's working behind the scenes. And then, the lockdown came. Sabi ko, nako, paano ba to? I look forward to the LGI classes and WindWatch, yun na lang yung happening sa buhay ko, and then yung prayer meetings with Spring City. Lockdown pa, mawawala pa. So, paano na ako? And then, wala pa yung work, tapos mawawala na yung sweldo by March. The Friday, just before the lockdown, I got a call from the company that I served before, consultancy, and they were going to pay me. And indeed, that day, they deposited 600,000 into my account. And on top of that, inaddress ni God yung restlessness sa heart ko. Suddenly, I was seeing the feeds na prayer requests from LGI, and naturally, I went into it. I became an intercessor. And I launched my own prophetic ministry. Friends would come to me, request for prayers, and I remember I availed many boxes of this prophetic card last December. And this is what I use as an instrument to give peace and to give wisdom to my friends who would seek God's words. I would pray and pray over it, take a card, take a photo, and send it to them. And indeed, there are many testimonies of how people were blessed because of these. Hundreds of lives have been touched. Grabe talaga si Lord. So just to summarize, ano po yung mga binigay niya sa akin all throughout the season, because I remain faithful. Indeed, we serve a Lord who is faithful. He's alive, is real. Kausap niya ako everyday, nararamdaman ko siya. Sa umpisa pa lang, pinadala niya na ako ng mga tao na tutulong sa akin. At the onset, He surrounded me with faithful Christians from WindWatch, Spring City. He gave me a full salary and benefits. To date, I've lost 30 pounds dahil pinag-gym ako ni God. He reimbursed me that 50,000. He gave me 600,000 just before the lockdown. And most importantly, He launched my prophetic ministry with Spring City and WindWatch in my own small group. Grabe si Lord. Ang hinihingi pala ni Lord sa akin, mag-rest lang ako sa Kanya and to trust in Him. Sometimes, hindi yung skills natin yung importante. Ang importante kay God, yung heart. And yun yung inayos niya. And I'm so thankful for the Lord for giving me WindWatch, for the WKs, and for the prophetic cards. And because of these, I was able to make it through. I would like to end my testimony with this verse that kept me grounded all throughout. Indeed, we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose for them. Tiwala lang po tayo sa Diyos, matatapos din lahat po ng problema natin. In Jesus' name, I pray for peace and love and blessings for everyone. Good evening po.